do is magsasend out ako ng messages to our clinics and hospitals to promote the AI. And since ito na din yung pinaka bago and best technology since this century. So parang very open naman din si mga doctors, the hospital managers, and all that. And also, since nag-load na ating webinar slides, we can now proceed. Okay na po ba?
Yeah.
Yes po.
Okay. So, as I've mentioned, meron ako na-mention kay Miss Glenna and Miss Blas the mga things that we will be prioritizing in this webinar. What you can expect is meron tayong practical tools and moments of reflections, mga simple mental health frameworks tailored for remote work since virtual assistants naman po talaga ang scope. Whether you're feeling drained, distracted, or just looking to reset, this space is for you. I'll be opening this space in a while, but just to shortly and briefly introduce myself, I am an outreach specialist, as mentioned, and aviation professional sa mga makita nyo ng mga after the Rivas, yun na po yun. And a mental health advocate since 2016, almost 10 years now this time. And I've worn a lot of hats over these years. And I'm here today not just as a speaker, your speaker, but as someone who genuinely gets what it's like to juggle pressure while trying to protect your peace. It's a personal life and topic for me. And because of this, I've partnered with VAME for this webinar to create a space where we can pause, reflect, and talk about what it really takes to protect our mental well-being as virtual assistants. And ang main goal po natin today, if nakita niyo po sa webinar structure, is that we will be having a personalized self-care plan. So I'll be guiding you through that. But before that, we have to discuss a few things. Pero bago lahat ng yan, I would just like to ask, how's your mental battery today? Type lang natin dun sa Q&A portion or sa Facebook Live natin na comment section, 0 to 100%. Anong scale po kayo? Drained from Philip Ian. Sige lang, we will address that. Pressured, 30% from Miss Jonalyn. Ayan. So, madaming nagtatype pa. Hindi ko na makikita lahat and I can't mention everyone. But thank you for your answers. So, since you've already shared na madami ding drained and pressured, we will try to address that with this personalized self-care plan. And in a while, we'll be discussing that. But for first and foremost, ang goals natin for today. So we will discuss ang VA life, ang mental loads natin as virtual assistants or those who work remotely. And ang solutions and the science behind these, meron akong i-introduce na 3 frameworks that could help address these mental loads. And then we have the personalized self-care map. Ipapakita ko na lang si self-care map para meron kayong idea on what you will be getting at the end of this webinar. So ayan, this is a personalized self-care map I made in just a few seconds. And we will also be doing that in just a bit. And so, para magawa si personalized self-care map, kailangan muna natin i-discuss si VA life and mental load. And this is the VA life. What makes a VA work mentally heavy? So, as VAs, sige, type in the Q&A portion or the comment section kung asan kayo most nakaka-feel ng pressure or drain or burnout from all these. Meron tayong constant context switching, that's jumping between tasks, tools, and clients. Pag madaming clients, madami ding workload. Time zone mismatches, ay grabe, ang dami nakaka-relate dito. Yung mga night shift, graveyard shift, merong PST, CST, MST, lahat na lang ng ST. Then we also have unclear boundaries. Yun na yung mga off hours na hindi talaga exist. Yung matutulog ka na pero on pa rin yung mga chats, pwede pa mag-chat si client, nagre-reply ka pa kay client. Feeling invisible or undervalued. This is quite common sa ating mga VA because since we're working from home, wala tayong people who could actually cheer us up or who could mention na you're doing a great job, yung makikita talaga yung hard work that you actually put in. So that's not very present sa remote work. Blurred work-life lines. Ayan, sige. Another question for our VAs. Imo-maximize ko na lang to na part. When your desk is your dining table, it's hard to truly log off. Meron tayong VA moms din na I think I've seen this quite a lot and often sa Facebook wherein they're having a hard time trying to juggle work and life. Kasi meron silang kids at home, tapos maingay, hindi nila yes, true, from Miss Bless, hindi nila mapaprioritize talagang either work or family. Sometimes na-juggle, sometimes hindi na natin alam kung ano talagang uunahin natin. And as for the last one, meron tayong emotional labor overload. Baka si Mars, from Mars, si anonymous attendee, alam niya kung ano tong emotional labor overload. So si emotional labor overload, yun yung parang pag merong moods si client, kailangan mo din alamin paano mag-manage ng kanyang moods. How would you better respond to him or her? And how would you set the expectations for your work as well? So ang dami nating gina-juggle. Imagine, kon anim to tapos kulang pa yan. Madami pa. Ayan. And so, etong anim na to, pwede natin to ma-cover into three. And that is context switching, isolation, and blurred boundaries. We'll get to each one in more detail, starting off with context switching. Now, what can you observe in the image in front of you? Pwede nyo i-type sa comment section, titingnan ko, or sa Q&A section. Anong manonotice nyo? Besides na green si ate, multitasking, tama, from Miss Blas. Nagmo-multitask ang ating VA right over here. And not just that, oo, madaming workload. Madami siyang screens open. It seems like from her facial reaction na parang hindi niya na alam kung ano yung ginagawa niya and she's quite confused. And that is what we call the hidden cost of constant context switching. And ang context switching, define ko na lang. This is actually a term utilized sa ating mga computer literates. Yun yung parang isa-stop muna ni computer or i-hold for a pause ang isang work to move on to a higher priority task. But in a way, ang computers naman talaga, they are set to do that. They are designed to do that. But us humans, we work in a different way. And so, to define na lang, context switching is when you flip between different tasks. Yun yung ginagawa natin as VA. We juggle multiple clients or we juggle multiple tools. Yung isang tab naka-open emails, yung isang tab calendar, yung isang tab Photoshop, yung isang tab Canva, ang dami ng tabs and ang dami ng tasks in just one sitting. So that's like also guilty ang iba, no? That's like also going from making reports, checking emails, or maghahop on a call. Actually, guilty ako. Kagabi lang, I was on a call, but I was also doing other jobs in between calls. So ayun, guilty tayong lahat. And to To address that, meron tayong study from the University of California, Irvine. It can take about 23 minutes para maka-fully regain tayo ng focus when we're switching between tasks. Imagine yung 23 minutes na yun, naka-autopilot ka lang pala, hindi mo talaga sure kung ano yung goal mo in doing that task. So, yung ganong type of work setting or ganong mindset, that could tank your productivity to up to 40%. Imagine 40% ang mababawas sa productivity mo. Ang laki na nun. Dapat minamaximize natin ating time and ang ating energy because we have so little of time and energy within ourselves. And we also have to prioritize our energy for bigger things and bigger things in life. Kasi hindi lang tayo work. Dapat family din tayo, meron din tayong self-time and etc. And ayaw din natin na after work, parang luto na yung ating ulo, fried na tayo. So, yun yung parang burnout. So, in order to address this, ayan, meron tayong batch tasks, context awareness, and filter notifications na suggestions dito. But before we move forward to that, meron akong question, another question again na pwede nyo i-answer sa ating webinar chat or sa ating Q&A. So ang question is, would you agree na dito sa ating slide, nakasabi na each switch drain focus, delays deep work, and increases stress. Sa tingin nyo, pag magsuswitch kayo from Excel sheet to Facebook, to email, to kung ano man ang inyong messaging app with the client, will that drain your focus? Will that delay your work? Will that increase your stress? Type 1 kung agree. Ayun, agree sila. And so, para ma-address natin, let's move forward, batch task. So what we can do is to actually address this issue is kailangan natin i-identify yung tasks that actually match. So when we want to somehow manage our task or maximize our time, tama lang naman talaga na mag-multitask. But we have to put in more context and also know what we're actually doing. And in doing so, pwede na natin mabatch yung task. Now, I've mentioned ano si context awareness. Let's just put that into definition. Yun yung pag knowing more about the task, like asking si client, what could I do? What do you want me to do? And knowing based from the history with the client or based from the description about the task at hand. And so by doing that or by getting to know more, yun yung parang gaining awareness, gaining understanding before jumping into something, mas streamline natin ating workflow. Hindi na tayo mag-run on autopilot, and that would allow us to batch tasks or group similar tasks since we are now able to define each task better. And we can also prepare tools based on sa ating mga habits and schedule mga 5-minute resets lang when needed during the day kung pagod na tayo. Actually, meron ding times talaga na hindi natin alam pagod na tayo. When we're too deep into something or into work, hindi natin namamalayan na lampas 30 minutes, 1 hour na ang lumipas, yun pa rin yung ginagawa natin. And we're hungry, we're tired, we're sleepy. Hindi natin yan na mamalayan. That's running on, anong tawag doon? Adrenaline rush. Naka-fight or flight mode na. And we don't want that because that would lead to burnout. So again, patch similar task if you want to multitask because that's also a good use of time. Pero dapat hindi yung parang it will take up too much time para makaswitch ka to your focus. And gain more awareness about the task at hand. And lastly, mag-filter out tayo ng low priority notifications. Ayan, filter notifications para magkaroon tayo ng uninterrupted flow. Meron tayong mga VAs na very pag 6:06 Or pag 15th na, meron mga pop-ups from Shopee, Lazada. So para hindi para maiwasan yung pagko-context switch na hala, work, 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 tapos biglang switch Facebook, switch TikTok. Para maiwasan yan and para mas maging productive and ma-maximize yung time, para maiwasan din ang burnout, we have to set our notifications to a minimum. Less notifications and more time for our task at hand. Para less din ang context switching. And so, that already ends context switching natin na topic. Ang next naman is isolation. I believe madaming makaka-relate nito. Sino yung mga VAs natin dito na sila lang at home? Wala silang family member or sa apartment lang, walang family member, walang anak, wala anything or partner. You can type your answers sa chat or sa comment section natin sa ating Facebook. Ayan. So, ang main problem, shy type. It's okay. Shy naman din ako. Shy na tayong lahat. And so, ang main problem din ng remote work is that if i-compare natin sa ating, if we compare with the ones that work on site and the ones that work remotely, less ang interaction natin with fellow humans. And so, we will sometimes feel lonely or isolated. And as virtual assistants working remotely from home, ang isolation natin is yung cut off from the buzz of a team, the energy of in-person collaboration, or sometimes yung pag-feel ng meron tayong own natin na bubble. So, in a 2020 study about remote work, it showed na meron tayong lack of social interaction. That could also ramp up our loneliness and even deep productivity. Ah, yes, Leilani Dumlao. You raised your hand. Ayun, baka na mali lang si Leilani. And so, yung pag-affect nun sa ating productivity, making it less, make us feel disconnected from colleagues or purpose natin in life. It's like we're always on, but missing the chismis or chikahan that spark ideas and keep us grounded. But I really appreciate it kasi nung pag-tech trial namin kanina, before the actual start of the Zoom meeting, meron silang mga chikahan nila Miss Glenna and Miss Bless. Meron din silang mga TikTok dance steps. So that's one thing that we can do para less ang pag-feel natin na isolated tayo in our workspace. So ayun, there's these things, ayan, nasa join communities siya sa second. Miss Glenna and Miss Bless, ang VAME helps that community na ma-feel less isolated ng ating mga VAs ang pagiging work from home or working remotely. And we can also do two more things, that is social breaks. So yun na yung you can connect with your co-workmates or with your friends that are not remotely working. Pwede kayo mag-set up ng meeting or mga chikahan lang. And you can also step away. Now, para sa mga shy type natin dyan, it's okay to be introverted. Pwede tayo mag-step away from the job without having to connect with other people. Kasi it doesn't mean that when you're alone, you're lonely. Meron alone na naglalakad lang or nagjo-jogging. Yun na yung sikat ngayon, di ba? Trend na mag-jogging or mag-fun run. Even when you're alone, you're still fine or you don't feel isolated. So there's ways to manage that. You can spend time with yourself and recharge your spirit to better feel like you're full of energy and you don't need that validation from anyone else. Kasi yun yung main reason why we feel isolated. When we feel like hindi tayo validated enough with the work that we do, given na home setup or work from home setup. But we can fix that by believing in ourselves more. Yun na yung giving yourself more time, stepping away, or by being with people who matter to you. Yun yung mga pag-join ng communities or social breaks. And if you have any questions about our webinar, in a bit we will also have a quick question and answer. Baka na-shy na yung iba magtanong. And so we're done with our first two, si context switching and si isolation. We'll move forward to the last one, which is blurred boundaries. So blurred boundaries by definition is when work spills into life. When working remotely makes it tough to separate work from life, like when we're answering emails past working hours or feeling on call during family time. Meron yung mga family dinners na napiping pa yung mga notifications. And a 2021 study from the University of Reading found that remote workers often struggle with overwork and stress because the lines between personal and professional hours get fuzzy. Grabe, guilty ako nito. Kasi meron ding times na naka-clock out na ako, nagtatrabaho pa rin ako. Grabe, superhero yan. And that sometimes leave us feeling stretched, thin, and feel focused. Android yan. So to keep those boundaries clear, we can do three main things. Yun ay pagkaroon ng log-off ritual. So we can set strict work hours and then after that, wala na. Device curfew, you can somehow turn off your device. Pag matutulog na, turn off your device, then put it elsewhere para hindi na tayo madidistract with the notifications. And we also have to have a designated workspace. This is something that I've learned through time that, and meron din talaga ako na nakitang study about this, that when you work in the same space as your resting space, your body will not associate your resting space as a resting space. Hindi ako sure kung na-gets nyo dyan, but in a concept wherein, for example, aking workspace is in the same space as my room, as my bed. Sometimes, ginagawa kong trabaho in my bedside. And so my brain will associate the bed with the workspace. Kasi when we're working, our minds are set in a different scale. Our minds are like thinking fight or flight mode, or stressed or pressured. And lahat ng emotions na yun na-associate sa inyong bed. So when you're already in bed and when you're trying to fall asleep, your mind will not go directly into sleep. Hindi niya mafe-feel ang rest because it still feels like the bed is associated with the pressures, the stress, and yun yung ating mga fight or flight modes. And so we don't want that. Kaya kailangan meron tayong designated workspace. Yun yung makita natin sa mga applications natin that when we're trying to apply that you have to have a designated workspace. Kasi tama nga lang din naman. You don't want to associate your safe place or safe space as your workspace. Kailangan natin i-differentiate, draw the boundaries, draw the lines. And so we're done with our three natin na mga mental workloads or weights na kina-carry ng ating mga VAs. And just to sum it up, meron tayong tatlo from all these na summarize into context switching, isolation, and blurred boundaries. Hinila din tayo ng bed to lay in bed while working. Kasalanan ng bed, hindi natin kasalanan. Tama yan. And so, para ma-fix din to further, we have three mental frameworks. Mental well-being frameworks. Ayan. So these frameworks will help us, virtual assistants, stay focused, set limits, and recharge consistently in high-pressure environments. Meron tayong tatlo again, that is energy management, digital boundaries, and micro-rest strategies. I believe very self-explanatory na ating mga frameworks right over here, but we'll dive into each in more detail. As for energy management, it is all about focusing on our mental and physical fuel, not just the clock. Meron tayong energy management that we usually associate with our calendars. Yun na yung mag-block timing tayo sa ating calendars, but it's more than just that. Energy management is not just your time, but also your mental loads and your physical loads. Mental in that, you have to make sure na ma-maximize your capacity to think. As well as pag physical, kailangan natin i-ensure that before we jump into work, ready talaga ating body. Kasi meron pa minsan na yung parang kakagising lang, kuha na ng phone, guilty ako nito. Kakagising lang, kuha na agad ng laptop. Walang ginawa beforehand to get us prepared or ready for the day. And that's something that we have to prioritize and manage as well. So part of energy management is to make sure that you have your mental and physical fuel before you dive into a task. So instead of cramming every hour with tasks, we can lean into our natural energy peaks, like tackling tough projects when we're sharp in the morning and saving lighter stuff for the afternoon slump. But I do understand na madami tayong mga VAs dito na sometimes PST ang trabaho. I also do PST. I also do CST. And with that, meron tayong different time zones as well. But besides and because of that, meron tayong personalized self-care map. Kasi hindi ko naman talaga mabibigay sa inyo ang um, care that could be general because each one of us meron tayong iba't ibang pinagdadaanan. And that's why a personalized self-care map is very essential in addressing our mental loads. And so, moving forward, cite ko lang ang isang study. This is a 2022 study from the Journal of Occupational Health Psychology. It backs this statement showing that aligning tasks with energy levels boosts efficiency and keeps burnout at bay. So we're not just running on fumes. So kailangan na depende kung asan tayo na time, we have different abilities as well as physical and mental capabilities. And so depende sa ating capacities, we can manage our energy. So pwede natin i-follow itong nasa presentation. We should identify our high and low energy hours during the day, prioritize deep work during peak times, and track energy patterns, not just task completion. So itong mga to, pwede natin gawin in order to address our mental loads. Another one is digital boundaries. We have to set our digital boundaries because as mentioned, merong times na nakatulog or dapat matutulog na tayo but once the client pings or a co-workmate pings, sasagutin natin kaagad. And that's a common tendency for yes mans. And as a yes man myself, kailangan na natin to stop. So we have to set clear work hours and log off routines. Say no to tasks outside your role or bandwidth. So meron tayong mga follow under our job description. These are the tasks that we have to do. But beyond that, these are tasks that we have to say no to already. Kasi hindi na natin yan trabaho or hindi na natin yan capacity, especially when it's beyond our ability or we don't have that much knowledge. It's very okay to try to learn something new. But it's not okay to jump right into it, especially when you're not ready. And so we have to set boundaries for ourselves, hindi lang always yes. And lastly, silence non-essential notifications during focus time. Meron tayong actually settings sa ating PCs. I believe lahat tayo meron na yon. That's the updated version of the PCs as well as sa ating cell phones. Meron tayong focus times that we can use na basically for work lang, nothing else other than that. And also just to cite, there's a 2021 research from University of Reading found that firm digital boundaries can reduce stress and help us stay present whether we're working or chilling with family, making sure we're not always on frazzled. So that's quite essential to set our boundaries. And lastly, meron tayong micro rest strategies. So we have to take 5 to 10 minutes breaks between tasks. Use sensory resets like breathing, stretching, and stepping outside. Actually, it was mentioned to me a while ago before the start of the webinar that VAME already had a webinar wherein they practiced breathing. And that is a holistic natin na practice that we also have to do in between tasks. Kasi sometimes, when we're too caught up in a job or a task, hindi na natin na-realize that we're actually tired. And by breathing or practicing breathing exercises or stretching, makikita natin or mafe-feel natin na, ay, pagod na pala ako. Kailangan ko na mag-rest, even just for a bit. Even a simple stretching is actually helpful. And we should also schedule short pauses before and after intense focus sessions. Meron tayong makikita in our personalized self-care map later on wherein there's suggestions and what should we do. Meron tayong yung 2022 na you have to pause for 20 minutes or and look away further para ma-exercise din si eyes because doing work, especially in front of a screen, can not just take up time but also energy as well as ang inyong strain sa inyong eyes. So we have to also prioritize these micro rest strategies, which you will get in your personalized self-care map. And so before tayo mag-move forward sa ating next activity in hand, let's just summarize everything. So again, we have three mental health well-being frameworks. The energy management, kailangan natin ay identify ang high and low energy and match our energies with the task at hand. And meron tayong digital boundaries. We have to learn how to log off and actually set aside work when we're trying to do rest, as well as family time. And lastly, we also have micro rest strategies. Yun na yung makikita nyo sa personalized self-care map in more detail. Because 5 to 10-minute breaks, hindi yan dapat cellphone lang. Meron tayong dapat gagawin in those breaks. And so, now that we are done with our first two goals dito, VA life and mental load, science and solutions. Na-discuss na natin yung mga mental loads natin. We mentioned three main things. The science and solutions behind those, ang ating three frameworks. Now we'll move on to the personalized self-care map. Ayan. Are you guys ready? So we have to do three main things para magkaroon ng personalized self-care map. That is self-assessment worksheet, tapos reflection to answer this question, which practical framework do you need, and the self-care map itself. Okay, and so we will now begin with the worksheet. This is the worksheet. Ang instructions lang basically, it's like a Likert scale. For each statement natin dito sa first column, we have to rate it based on how true it is for ourselves. At andito ang ating guide. 1 means never, 2 means rarely, And 3 means sometimes, and 4 means often, and 5 always. After rating per column, ito total lang natin ang score. So for example, I'll give you an example. I struggle to log off or stop thinking about work. For me, that is often. Kasi even after working hours, naka-on pa rin aking notifications. And that is number 4. I say yes to tasks outside my job description. This is something that I don't do. So that's rarely. So ang score ko dyan is 2. I often feel guilty when not working. Grabe. Yes, I do. So for me, in a rating in a scale, that would be 4 for me. So meron akong 4, 2, and 4. That's 10. So 10 out of 15. Tama ba? 4, 2, oh, 10. And so, 10 out of 15. Next, ito total ko naman yung sa second table and third table. And just send your scores in the Q&A portion. I'll give you enough time para magawa itong worksheet natin na to. And while doing that, mag-background music na lang tayo. Just type 1 once you're already done with the worksheet. Mabilis lang to na worksheet. Alright, I believe nakasagot na ang lahat. For the last table, I actually typed it in bago lang. I often feel disconnected from others while working, as well as I rarely receive recognition or feedback for my work. I miss having casual or spontaneous interactions. And I apologize for that. You can also change or calculate your answer for the last natin na table. Ayan. Let me know once you're already done. Ayun, 11 out of 15. So given your highest number, asan na table? First, second, or third? As for me, ang highest ko na score is the second table. I scored 14 out of 15. I constantly jump between tasks, apps, or clients. That's four for me. It's hard to focus on one thing for long, especially since lumaki ako na meron na talagang internet. So that's a five for me. I end the day feeling mentally scattered, which is very true. Ang day ko na end in the morning at 2 a.m. And I'm very tired given na iba yung time ko, PST time, and sometimes CST time. And so, these tables actually resonate or represent yung ating tatlong mental loads a while ago. Si context switching, si isolation, and the blurred boundaries. And so, ang first natin na table, if you could guess it, ano sa tingin nyo among the three mentioned kanina, ang first natin na table? It's actually yes, correct. Meron tayong blurred boundaries. I struggle to log off or stop thinking about work. That means we don't have boundaries about our work and life. And ang sa second naman natin na table, this is the context switching because we're constantly jumping between tasks, apps, or clients. And ang last one, you can guess it. What do you think is the last table? Ayun, meron ako nakita nag-comment, isolation daw sa Facebook. And yes, correct, this is isolation. So for the first table, if mas malaki yung score nyo doon, that means that you struggle most with blurred boundaries amongst those mentioned, the three mentioned. If ang highest score mo naman is the second, which for me is the case, that means you're struggling with context switching. And last one is isolation. If yun yung pinakamalaki yung score, that means you're struggling with isolation. And so in order for us to address this, we will now move forward sa ating reflection. Given that, pwede lang kayo mag-self-reflection among those tables sa ating worksheet kanina, which area scored the highest? That means that's your current biggest mental drain. Your mental drain may change through time, but for now, that is your current biggest mental drain. And sa mga na-mention natin or na-discuss natin na frameworks a while ago, we had three, which are energy management, digital boundaries, and micro rest strategies. Among those three, which do you think you should apply right now? And how will you apply that in your routine? Very Miss Universe na question, no? Pero you can do that as a self-reflection right now because we will be utilizing what you've reflected for our self-care map. Sige, send ko lang itong mga questions na to sa ating chat para makapag-self-reflect tayo. Ayon. And so, as for me, ang highest that I scored with was the second table, which was context switching. Again, blurred boundaries, then context switching, tapos isolation. Now, what do I need most? Sa mga na-mention ko na framework, given that I struggle with context switching, I believe I need micro rest strategies the most. Because in order to tackle context switching, kailangan kong i-manage aking tasks to batch them. But beyond just that, I have to take breaks. Kasi hindi pwede yung mag-switch ka to different tasks in just one sitting. You can switch to different tasks once you're fully done and once you're fully prepared after taking the micro rest. So as for me, I believe micro rest is something that I need to apply in order to tackle context switching. And so, how will I tackle that in my life? Mag-mention ako ng things that I want or need the rest. For me, rest is how do I define rest for myself? This is very personalized ang ating self-care map right now. How do I define rest for myself? Rest meaning I've already done my Bible reading. Yun na yung makikita natin sa self-care map example dito. I did the self-care map on my end, and this is what it means. Because I struggle with digital boundaries, yun yung last week ko na struggle. Meron akong mga suggestions for the self-care map. Identify energy drainers because I struggled with moving from PH time to our PST work hours and say no to tasks outside my role. Wish I already moved past it. Last week ko na yun na problem, iba na naman ang problem ko ngayon. And end of day gratitude and reflection because that's what rest means for me. I have a reflection at the end of the day and that I'm grateful for what was given to me and that I've already done my Bible reading in the day. So there are also weekly habits that we can follow sa ating self-care map. And we'll be doing that right now. I believe nakapag-reflect na ang lahat. So what we're going to do is we're going to head on to our body. See ChatGPT. Ayan. I'll be sending a prompt for you to answer or fill in. Okay. Na-send ko na sa chat. Let me send sa ating Facebook. Ayan. And now what we're going to do is just simply fill in. Maximize ko lang para makita nyo. So the prompt says, I've completed a self-assessment worksheet and identified that I struggle with context switching. Ang answer, most with context switching. You can struggle with a lot of things, but mostly sa self-assessment, yun yung highest score. Or kung nag-tie silang lahat, pwede i-type yun lahat dito. With context switching. My current mental battery level, yung kanina na answer nyo, as for me, let's say 73.1%. O may 0.1% pa. And the biggest thing currently draining me, as for me, ang struggle ko talaga ngayon is not being able to maximize my time because I'm too drained after a task that I would want to rest. Sobra na ng rest. So maximizing my time. Deserve ko to. Deserve natin to. And so, ang next is a habit or activity that helps me reset. Yun for me is Bible reading time ko. You can have your own habit or activity or walking, jogging, and etc. How many hours I typically work per day? Since part-time lang ako, for every day I work 4 hours. And what my ideal day feels like. For me, my ideal day starts off with a personal time. Personal self starts off with a personal self-reflection. Bible time, and then family time, and end with reflection. You have your own ideal day wherein you feel most rested. So that's something that you can type in sa ating question or prompt for ChatGPT. And the framework I want to focus on the most. As for me, ang na-cite ko kanina na framework that I want to focus on the most is atong micro rest strategies. Because sometimes I forget to rest and sometimes pag katapos pa ng full 4 hours of work, doon ko pa ma-realize, pagod ako kasi hindi ako nag-rest throughout the work. And so, balik tayo dito. Ayan. Micro rest strategies. And just hit send. Tapos, meron na kayong own nyo na self-care map that is put into more context and personalized for you. But that's not just it. Meron tayong textual na map, personal self-care map. But we also have ang ating digital or yung naka-picture na map. Ito naman ang ating digital map. Ayan. That is for prompt number 2. And also, you can ask ChatGPT later to add more details sa ating self-care map. Now, I'll just copy and paste atong prompt number 2 natin. Context switching. In order to get the best results, we have to actually give ChatGPT more context. Kaya meron tayong yung fill out kanina. We'll give that time to load. But while that's loading, you can also add this sa inyong contextualize. I'll send another prompt. Contextualize natin na self-care map. Yung naka in text para more in-depth kanyang response. Send ko lang din sa ating Facebook. Ayan. While that's taking time to load, let's go back sa ating self-reflection. Okay. Which framework do you need most right now, and how will you apply it in your routine? Is it okay if I ask someone sa chat or sa Q&A, you can answer this question? Yes, nag-take talaga si ChatGPT ng time to generate the picture. Ayun, meron na kay Miss Glenna. Ang ganda kay Miss Glenna. Ang sabi sa kanya, she struggles with the three. Context switching, share ko na lang. Okay lang ba, Miss Glenna? If I share yours? Okay. Ayan ang personalized self-care map ni Miss Glenna. She has context switching, isolation, and blurred boundaries. For her, kailangan niya mag-limit ng multitasking, and she has to take breaks from isolation and schedule ng focus time and rest with a movie para mabalance kanyang day. And meron siyang weekly reminders, reflect on boundaries, prioritize family time. And so we can dive into this more in detail kung paano natin siya pwede gawin by asking ChatGPT those questions. Because something that we learned from developing AI is that it gets or garners its knowledge from everything that we can find sa mga journals or articles in the internet. And so, if you're unsure about ChatGPT's answer or the AI's answer, you can look it up further on how you could handle this or can do this yourself. Say, balik ko na sa ating ChatGPT. . 'Di. 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 ' Just give it some time to load. And while naglo-load na siya, we can move forward sa ating games. So ang games natin today, there's one winner. Ayun, meron ding rest from Miss Glenna. There's one winner, and that is ang highest score sa ating games. What we're going to do is we're going to sign in sa ating quiz.com para ma-maximize din natin ating time. Ayan, quiz.com. So what we're going to do is we're going to head on to quiz.com and then we'll join as player. Then enter the game code. Ito po ang game code natin, 191757. You can also, um, you can, ayan, meron na tayong players. You can also join through the QR code. Pwede nyo lang to scan. So we have 4 players. Ito lang ba? Ay, ang dami na. 12 players. Meron na tayong 12, 14, 15. So you will wait until 3 minutes. Kasi mabilisan lang to na laro. Meron pa ba? Ay, meron pa nag-edit ng kanilang mga pangalan. Meron pa. Cute naman, Jolly Pig. I guess that's it. Ayun. So let's start. Ready na ba ang lahat? All right, we have 20 players out of 21. Meron pa papasok. Last 1 minute. Ayan, 2:20, let's start. Which of the following is not one of the three frameworks discussed in the webinar? May mga sagot na. All right, correct. Time tracking. We only discussed the three. So far, ang highest natin, pinakamabilis, Mama Jo. What's a common sign of blurred boundaries? Correct. Saying yes to out of scope task. Pabilisan lang ang answer. Very straightforward lang naman ang sagot. Again, si Mama Jo, ang highest natin. Oh no, na overtake ni House Fast. Micro rest strategies are best described as correct. Short intentional breaks to reset. Okay, House Fast pa rin. Mabilis kasi siya. What helps reduce the stress of constant context switching? All right, patching similar tasks. Na-overtake na ba si House Fast? Hindi ata. This is the fifth question. 5 more to go. Na-overtake na si Mama Jo ni Arshina. Nakabawi si Mama Jo. Which habit supports energy management? Ang bilis naman ni Mama Jo. Last three. Nako, na-overtake na. Mama Jo ng first. Ay, ang bilis. Congratulations, Mama Jo! First place. And so, claim mo lang ang award mo sa ating host from Vane. Ayan. And so, we're done sa ating games. Meron tayong 21 players. Thank you and congratulations sa lahat ng naglaro na 21 players. And now we can now go back sa ating... Grabe, naglaro lang tayo. Pero supposedly, meron na to si... Hindi lang siya nag-load. Meron na tong ating micro rest plan. And this is mine. You can check on your end kung tapos na sa inyo, but most likely tapos na. So meron akong 73.1%. The biggest thing currently draining me is ang pag-maximize ng aking time, which is yung ating na-discuss kanina na context switching. And we start here by begin with Bible reading, very personalized, schedule times for work, take short breaks between tasks, go for a walk, reflect on the day, and reminder, quote, I don't have to do everything at once, and some weekly reminders. So I hope that would help you. You can ask the AI for more context. And thank you so much. So basically, yun lang naman ang set out for our webinar today. I hope you were able to learn something and that you will take away something from our webinar. I hope na ma-apply nyo talaga yung nakuha nyo from your self-care map. And just a key takeaway, you don't have to hustle your way into burnout to prove your worth. You have to set your boundaries, rest well, and know that you're doing enough and you're enough. Thank you so much, Vim,